Well, isn't this a surprise? The boy Jeezy was up at Sway and recently just found out that he got an EP dropping out to coincide with the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March. He got his album Church in the Streets also dropping November 13th, which is dope because him and Logic kind of drop on the same day. So I wonder who gonna have the first week, best sales number one album. But anyway, I think this is kind of dope. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, he dropping this tomorrow, which is the October 10th, and well, it's probably October 10th. On the East Coast already, but basically, it's dope. It coincides with the Million Man March. A lot of people seem to forget about how legendary and history making that event is, and Jeezy got something to say about it. He dropping a project, so I think that's cool. Marketing wise, I guess you can look at it as a good way, dropping it on that day. I mean, a mixtape on a Saturday is pretty different. Um, but I just hope the message is conveyed in the right way. Because the interview I'm listening to him, I'm like, okay, is this motivational music or is this some drug dealing slick talk shit? You know what I mean? So that's the part where I'm glad Sway asked that question. But I'm kind of wondering, is these the singles that's basically been out already that we've been hearing? Well, I haven't heard really none of them yet. Um, I don't know. I'm not really saying I'm not into Jeezy anymore. It's just that the whole church vibe, pastor thing, I didn't really understand that portion of it, but he has a couple joints out. I haven't heard really none of them. His new joint, Politically Correct, I haven't heard that as well. I just want to see what he gonna do as far as this whole project and see if he gonna even execute it right, as far as the EP and then the album. Do y'all feel like that's too much music right back to back, from each other? Because we know how music works these days. The songs that didn't make the album, people throw a mixtape out or, EP or something like that. We basically know that. But what if it's not that? What if it's he had an idea for an EP and politically correct is the title and the content in that mixtape actually, coincides with the title and it makes sense and it separates it from rather Church in the Streets, or is it the setup for Church in the Streets? So you never know, man. I mean, it could be a hit or a miss. The last project we got from Jeezy was Gangsta Party, and that was mediocre at best. Excuse me. But yeah, so we just have to wait and see. It ain't really no kind of hint to where it's gonna drop at. If it's gonna be a mixtape or is it gonna drop on iTunes? He didn't really say any of that, so we don't know. But I guess we all just be waiting around until it drop. I'm quite sure somebody will shoot me a link on Twitter. I'll wake up and check iTunes and Spinnerilla and shit like that. But let's just hope that this EP makes sense and he just didn't oversaturate himself before his album drop. All right, y'all. One.